and welcome back to Making with Ms. Dobras. All right, let's get right into it. Today we are going to make these super cool accordion folds. But let's see what we've been up to. So we've been doing paper challenges, and more importantly, challenges with paper where paper moves. So we started making some paper airplanes, and then we went with some more non-traditional paper gliders, and we tested them out against the airplanes. And now we're moving on to some other paper projects where we can make paper that moves in cool ways. So we did this paper weaving project where we made these snakes that link together and that move, that look like cool snakes. And now we're going to learn our cool accordion fold. And I bet some of you have made these before. Maybe you've made a paper fan before. But what you do with an accordion fold is up to you. You can just make something like this that's really cool to play with. Or if you use smaller paper, you can make these. These are really cool. I've seen people put them onto string and hook them up and hang them for a party, and they look really neat. I'm also going to show you how to make paper accordion hearts because, of course, Valentine's Day is coming up. And maybe you want to make some paper accordion hearts so you can make a card for someone special for Valentine's Day. And then finally, another thing you can do with accordion folds is you can make really fun toilet paper animals, and you can use these for wings or feathers or all kinds of stuff, or hair. All right, so I made a butterfly, and all I did was take one of my paper hearts and I turned it into a butterfly wing. And of course, if you don't have googly eyes, you can always draw those on. But all I did was cover a toilet paper roll with some paper, okay? All you need is a little creativity. All right, so again, today we're going to be making paper accordion folds, but what you do with them is up to you, the maker, right? That's why I love making, because I give you an idea and you get to run with it and do whatever you want. All right, let's get started. Okay, first off, let's have a mindful moment, right? It's still a crazy year, so let's calm ourselves down so that we're grounded and centered and focused for art. All right, put your hands out, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ready? Let's do one more. Yep, I like to waterfall my fingers down. All right, let's get to it. Okay, all right, materials you need for this project. Most importantly, you need paper. And I like to use regular paper. Obviously, if you have some different colored paper, that's great. But if all you have is white paper, you can decorate that. I also like to use smaller paper, kind of like Post-its. This doesn't have sticky on it, but you can use Post-its as well. And then you're going to need a glue stick and some scissors, okay? And if you're wanting to make some hearts, which I hope you do, then you're going to need something to trace around to make a circle. So I like to use these lids to plastic containers to trace around to make a circle. And that's only for the hearts. And then obviously if you want to make a toilet paper roll animal like this, or you don't have to make a butterfly, you can make anything you want, you're going to need a toilet paper roll. And I admit I did use a little bit of hot glue on the back to attach those wings. And again, if you don't have googly eyes, you can always draw your own eyes. Okay? All right, let's get to it. The most important material that you need for this project is paper. Now, if you have colorful paper, get it out. This is a good time to get it out. And if you only have white paper, then just get white paper out. And you can also use recycled paper. So maybe you have an old assignment from one of your work packets from school. You have something that you were going to throw away, you can use that, okay? Let's get creative with it. All right, to start with, if you're going to make this size, then you need this size paper, which is normal 8.5 by 11. And you want to turn it so it's vertical, so it's the long side. And all you do is you take a little fold right here. And it doesn't really matter how much you fold it over. I folded it over about 1/2 inch, okay? But the key thing is you fold it over, and each time you fold it, you're going to do it about the same width. Okay, to start with, you fold it over, and you want to fold it over about 1/2 inch. Now, it doesn't really matter how big it is as long as you keep it the same width each time. And now you're going to take this and you flip it over. And then you're going to fold it over exactly the same way. And then you're going to flip it over again. And you're going to keep folding it over. All right? And then you're going to flip it over, keep folding it. All right, there we have it. You see that? And it pulls open. And from here, we're just going to fold it in half. Okay? So we're going to take it. We have to find the center. Sometimes that takes a little bit. And once you find the center, you just smush it all together and you fold it in half. All right? Just like that. There we go. Now, we're going to take some glue. And you need to get a lot of glue on there. And then you just fold it together and you hold it, all right? Hold it like that. If you have a binder clip like this, you can clip it, but you don't need a binder clip. You can just hold it. But you do want to hold it for a while so that it glues nice and good, so that when you open it up, it doesn't come apart. All right, there's one. Okay, now we just need to make some more. Now when you want to put these together, you just stack them on top of each other with some glue, and then you have to hold them tight. There we go. Alright, so you can stay there and make one of these big accordion folds, and it doesn't have to be rainbow. It can be any color, including just with regular white paper. And this is a good project to do with recycled paper, okay? You can use anything. And then you can also use little paper and make little ones. Those are fun. And these are really fun to make decorations with. You can string them up. You can put a little string through that little hole in the middle, and you can make them for like party decorations, and that can be really fun. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to make heart accordion folds, because of course Valentine's Day is coming up and you might want to make a Valentine's Day card. And of course you don't have to do this pattern, you can do any pattern you want. Okay, to make an accordion fold into a heart, you're going to need something to make a circle with. So I have a plastic lid here. You can use a plate, you can use any size. This is a pretty good size right here if you want to make a heart like this. Now if you want to make a bigger heart, you're going to need to use a bigger circle. And we're just going to use this to trace around our paper. We just learned how to do a fan, but now if you want to make a heart that has rounded edges, I'm going to show you how to do that. So we need to make a circle. Now, don't put it right in the middle and do a circle, because you're going to waste all this paper. So we can put it in the corner here, and we can get a lot of circles out of here. So think before you do it. A lot of people just put it right in the middle, and then they waste all that good paper. So put it over in the corner, and then you hold it with one hand, and then you just trace around it. Okay? I like to use a pencil because sometimes I mess up, and then we're going to cut it out. All right, so don't throw this paper away when you're done, because you have all this room. You could probably cut out like 3 or 4 more, okay? All right, so here we have our circle, and it is the same size as this, and it is going to make a heart about this big. Okay, so if you want a bigger heart, you need to have a bigger circle, and if you want a small heart like this, then you would use a small circle. Okay, all right, and then we do it the same way. Okay, but this time we're going to fold it over a little bit smaller, okay, because it's a smaller circle, so we're going to fold it over smaller. And again, we flip it over just like we did with the other one, and each time you fold it over exactly the same width. There you go. So this is going to turn into a heart. So we had circle, and now we're going to turn it into a heart. All right, so we're going to put glue right here. Now you don't want to do glue all the way. You just want to do glue on the middle part, okay? So I'm not putting it on the edges. And then I'm going to fold this over and get a little messy here, but you want to fold that over to the edge, and you want to smush it together, just like we did with the other one. But since this is a circle that we started with, when we pull it apart, it should have more of a heart shape, okay? Now, if yours doesn't look like a perfect heart, you can play around with it a little bit, and you can try to make it look more like a heart, all right? So then, once it's glued, you can pull it apart, so you can make all kinds of cards with them, and they fit together in all kinds of cool ways, okay? What you do with it is up to you. You can make a card, you can make a cool piece of art, you can make a cool design, whatever you want. All right, and then finally, you know I love toilet paper roll art. This was a butterfly I made just from a toilet paper roll, and I just put some paper around it and some eyes, and then I used my accordion fold. I made 2 hearts, and that's what I used the wings for, okay? And I put a few pipe cleaners. But if you don't have all these materials, you can be creative, all right? You can use whatever you want. But the accordion fold is a great way to make wings, feathers, even hair. I think you can even put some in the top. Look at that, a little rainbow hairdo. Most importantly, have fun with it. Now, I'm not going to show you how to make this one because I want you to try to figure it out. That's the whole maker mindset, is I'm teaching you one fold, a simple accordion fold, but what you do with it is up to you. But I really encourage you to make some fun animals if you can, and be creative. Use whatever you have in your house. And ultimately, it's all about having fun and seeing what you can make. All right, you guys, stay safe out there and keep on making.